Hey, good evening, everyone. Today is November the 8th. And excuse my son is either sick or has allergies, so if you hear sniffling in the background, that's him. He's not feeling too well, but I wanted to make this video really quickly here. He should be fine. We just give him some medication, but he's sniffling, so if you hear it, you'll know, I don't want you to be like, what in the world is that noise? But anyway, today's November the 8th. It's a Saturday. I want to make a very quick video. So first of all, the Taxi 12s did drop today. I was trying to do a pickup vlog for those, but unfortunately in my area in Middle Georgia, small town out here, they sold out of my size before I could get to the mall. And I got to the mall at like 2:02, got to finish line maybe 2:04. And they were gone. All 9.5s were gone. And I'm like, this shoe is too readily available online for me to settle for a 9 or a 10. So I just went online and ordered them once I got to the car and used some status cash and got them for a little less than retail. But anyway, earlier this week on Wednesday, November 5th, which is my wife's birthday, they dropped the Rare Air Jordan 11s. So I wasn't technically going to go for this shoe. I figured I could wait for it to go on sale, but when I woke up a little late that morning, and the drop had already occurred. It was like 10:20, and so at the time I went on sneakers, all the sizes were gone. I'm like, the shoe sold out. So then I text, my little group text with my brother and my cousins, like, hey, they sold out. My brother posted a Gatham screen. It was like, hey, bro, thanks for the matter. I just got a pair. And I'm like, what in the world? They were sold out, but somehow sizes were randomly kind of popping up on sneakers. So after he got his 11, all the sizes sold out again. So then maybe 30 minutes later, a 9.5, no, not a 9.5, a 10 and a 9.5 popped up. And I normally do 10s and Jordan 11s because they normally run small. And so when I saw that 10 pop up, I grabbed a pair. Nike shipped it out yesterday, which is a Friday, and they got here today on Saturday because they shipped them out of Atlanta. So I was able to get them today. So I'm gonna go ahead and open these up for you guys to take a look at them. Now, like I said, I wasn't necessarily planning on getting them. I was gonna try to wait until they went down a little bit on sale. But since they had already sold out on JD's Finish Line, JD Sports, Foot Locker, and all of the boutique sites, I had no choice but to try to get them off sneakers. And when that size 10 popped back up, I had to get them. Because for some odd reason with this shoe, people thought they were going to sit, people thought they were going to go on sale, but they did not. So when I saw that they were selling out, I had to go ahead and grab the pair because I wanted the shoe, but I was just hoping to maybe get it, a month from now on sale. But either way, as long as I got it, that's all that matters because I wanted it either way. I was just hoping maybe to get it for a cheaper price. But without further delay, let's go ahead and open this up and take a look at it. I'm sure y'all may have seen reviews or maybe you haven't seen reviews, but I'm going to go ahead and open these on up so you guys can take a look at them. All right. All right, perfect. So let's open this up here. You guys already know, what the shoe is. Sorry, I'm trying to get this out the box. And this box is a little slightly smushed or messed up, but it ain't too big of a deal. But I just like for, my shoe boxes kind of being as good a condition as possible. But right here it says Air Jordan 11 Retro RA for Rare Air, size 10. It has a Jordan 23, Jordan's number there, 2 and a 3, which is on the back of all the 11s at the heel. The Jumpman on top. They did not do a slide out box this year like they normally do, or do some type of special packaging. I think for the last few years they done this box where like the lid lifts up and it folds down or whatever. If you do happen to try to get these to resale, just as an FYI, there is a quality control stamp inside of the box lid there, and inside the box there's another quality control stamp there, and then a green and white sticker inside the box for quality control. But it comes in like this polka dot tissue paper here, and if you guys, some YouTubers put this on and go bam, or some will take the shoe and slowly put it up to the camera, but we ain't really doing those semantics. But without further delay, there is the shoe. Now I'm just gonna tell you guys, like, a lot of people were saying they didn't like the aged soles, they didn't like the aged laces, but honestly, this colorway is like a colorway that back in the day we used to wish Jordans dropped in, Jordan 11s, and I wasn't gonna pass it up. When I saw them, I was like, I'm gonna get them. I don't care about the Jordan being on the anklets. That's how the Jubilees are. I love the Jubilees. I actually have a pair of dead stock Jubilees that I actually need to wear and break in before they shrink too much with the patent leather. But I need to try to get some wears into those. But anyway, let me take these out so you guys can take a look at them. And I'm not sure. Maybe I'll try to get some type of pick here real quick for the thumbnail. I don't know. Yeah, because every time I go to do my thumbnails, I'm always like searching for pics. So just thought I'd just pause real quick for that. But anyway, these here, like every other standard 11, you know, Jordan 11, they got the patent leather here. Sometimes when they do the 11s, Jordan changes it up every now and again, and he'll have this part leather or he'll have this part be suede. The special edition Jordan 11s they got coming out for, I think, Houston, Atlanta, and one other city. I can't think of it right now, but they don't have patent leather. They got like leather, suede, nubuck, or whatever. But I prefer the patent leather. And these have the high patent leather. I love the higher cut that they do. Like a few years back, I think like up through like 2018, they were doing the lower cut. But I definitely prefer the higher cut patent leather. But with this particular shoe, on the bottom, it's got the red and blue. You know, on the outsole, it's got a red carbon fiber, you know, shank plate there. Got the Jumpman. And normally this is more like a clear color here. And then it'll age over time and turn yellow. But, I'm sorry, so sorry guys. My 5-year-old was just starting to go off the chain, off the rails. I don't know what in the world he was just going through in there. If you heard it, I apologize. I had to pause for a minute to get him together. But anyway, I was saying that a lot of times they have like the clear soles, or sometimes they have like a different color sole based on the color of the 11 or whatever. But in most cases, it's like a clear translucent sole. And if you don't wear them, you know, over time, they turn yellow. Or if you do wear them, you had them for a long time, they turn yellow. But with these, they kind of like pre-aged them and made them yellow, which to me is kind of cool because when you're wearing these, you don't got to worry about them turning yellow. They're already yellow, so that kind of takes a lot of that pressure off. And then also they threw in the matching laces, which is kind of like this off-white cream sail color lace, which honestly, for me, I'm thinking about maybe swapping these out with a different color. I don't know for sure yet, but because I now have maybe I got at least maybe 6 pairs of 11s now, maybe 7, I'm not sure. But at this point now, with me having so many, I can actually probably start interchanging some of the laces, like swapping the laces among all of them, and kind of giving some of the other ones that are like maybe solid black, give them a little pop of color, and give the ones that kind of have the white uppers a pop of color by swapping the laces back and forth. But anyway, these have like this royal blue, rare air blue, you know, patent leather cut. They're not, this blue is not super light. This blue is actually more of like a navy blue. So it's not as light of a color as the rare Air Jordan 4s, which I have here. This rare air blue is kind of like, I don't know if the light's picking it up, but this blue is kind of a little bit more of a royal kind of blue. But this blue is supposed to be that same color, but since it's patent leather, it's kind of like a little darker, which to me is perfect because you can probably get away with wearing this with like most blue stuff, you know. And when you got on jeans or something, you're gonna end up covering up that red Jumpman, so you really don't have to throw on a bunch of red if you didn't want to. But on the tongue, you do have that little red Jumpman there. And then this particular thing here says Jordan Jumpman. Across there, you have to turn it sideways or a different way, but it does say Jordan Jumpman. The upper part of the shoe here is leather. It's a nice plush leather, tumbled leather there, nice materials. Like I said, it does have the Jordan up the eyelids. up the ankle, you know, the lace lids or whatever you call them, eyelets. Jordan going down, Jordan going up, which I think is a nice touch. It's different. Some people don't like it, but I happen, like I said, I like it. It was on the Jubilees. I still like it now. Then on the inside of the shoe, it does have the Rare Air insole, which is inside of all of the Rare Airs, the Jordan 1, the Jordan 3, the Jordan 4, and now these. I don't have the Jordan 3s or the Jordan 1s. I didn't really want those. If I were to go back and get any of them, it'd probably be the Jordan 1, because you can get the Jordan 1 Rare Air for like $80. You can get them and go mow the line in them. But, you know, they're just a shoe. You can get them, hoop in them, like $80, $90. That's a good deal there. But, anyway, that's pretty much it for these shoes, guys. Like I said, I did get these in a 10 because normally Jordan 11s run small, and I normally have to go half a size down. I made the mistake of getting the Jubilees in the size 9.5, and they are tremendously tight. But I guess if I wear them for a while, I can break them in or whatever. But the size 10, I got a 10 in the cherries, a 10 in the Gratitudes, a 10 in the Columbia Blues that dropped last year, and now a 10 in these. 10s fit way better. Then I also have the, I don't know if it's the diffuse blue or the navy blue ones that came out a few years ago. They were like supposed to be like a women's exclusive, but mostly all the men went and bought them. They were like all navy. They didn't look like a woman's exclusive, but they were all navy. And I ended up grabbing a pair of those, and I got those in the 9.5 men's, but for some odd reason they don't run as small. But you know, typically these run small for me. Some people can go true to size, but if you're a wide footer or if you're in between sizes, I would definitely recommend going up, you know, half size. So like you're in between like a 11 and 11.5, go to 11.5, because your feet will thank you later. But guys, it's been a long day. I went to the local gun show here in the Middle Georgia area today, went by the range. I am tired. I wanted to do this review real quick because I got these in. Appreciate you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I am beat. I'm about to go relax for a little bit with the family before heading to bed. But appreciate you guys. Please be safe out there, and you guys have a great weekend. Thank you.